Hi, this is Melanie for Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to review the Telugu film Jersey starring Nani. So I've had a couple of requests to review this film, and the reason why there was a delay from when it came out last week is that my father passed away last week, and his funeral was yesterday. And no one warned me about the subject matter of this film. I thought, oh, it's a sports film, it's supposed to be really good, getting good reviews. And it was quite emotional for me. If any of you have seen the film, you'll know why I am saying that. It is an excellent film, and I want to talk about it. So there'll be a spoiler-free section here at the beginning, and then at the end I'm going to talk about the ending and why it struck me so strongly. Nani is playing Arjun, who is a failed cricketer. There's many flashbacks back and forth. Most of the present day is in the mid-90s, and then we flash back to the early part of his cricket career in the mid-80s. Shraddha Srinath, I think this is her Telugu debut. She plays his wife in the film, and she's absolutely excellent. I know her from, I first saw her in the film U-Turn, which is a Kannada film. And I think she won a Filmfare Award for that. And then the original one, Samantha Akanani reprised Shraddha's role. And then she was also in Vikram Vedha with Madhavan, a Tamil film. And I think she had like a small cameo in an Mani Ratnam film. So I'd seen her in a few things, but this is her Telugu debut, and wow, does she really do a great job. Their relationship, we come into it in the flashback, it already exists. It's not a meet cute, there's nothing like that. They're already, in the flashbacks, their boyfriend and girlfriend, just desperately in love and overcoming some family obstacles, but that's not the focus of the film. A lot of the film is in the present day when their marriage is going through some troubles, and marriage day of the film being mid-90s. And so their marriage is going through some troubles, and both of them are excellent and just showing us with their expressions and glances and things that there's undercurrents going on, that there's issues in the marriage. There's things that can't be spoken about because there's a child in the room. And believe me, as a parent of 3 boys, I totally get that. There's just undercurrents going on, and you just keep going about your day, even though there are all sorts of issues in the marriage, or silent arguments, or just long-standing disappointments. She says, "Are you going to talk to the lawyer today?" And I thought, oh my gosh, does that mean divorce? But there's nothing like that in the film. When you're dealing with a husband, there's a period of time in the film where Nani's character, Arjun, is unemployed. He's been suspended from his job, and he's obviously going through depression. And she's trying to carry on by being the breadwinner of the family. But you just have that what she's going through, of reminding him every day, can you not just lie on the couch and watch cricket? Can you do this one thing that I'm asking you to do and not have that tone? I just thought the whole complexity of their relationship was so well done in the film. It's just a kind of marriage situation you don't often see in Indian cinema, so kudos to them for doing that. Sathyaraj plays the assistant coach to the team, but he's really a father figure for Nani's Arjun, and I loved their relationship. They had some really great scenes together. What can I say about Nani? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen all of Nani's films. I've seen quite a few of his films, and I've read that this is a career best performance, and I can believe it. He just had such a depth to his character, and I think he worked very hard. You know, I can't really judge on cricket, but as far as I could tell, he looked very authentic in all the scenes where he was playing cricket. And besides that, though, just the interactions that he has with the young actor that plays his son. Ronit Kamra was the young actor that plays about a 7-year-old child. He was so good, the little child actor. But just watching Nani and the characters, the child's name in the film was Nani, so this is confusing. Okay, but Nani playing the Nana, playing the dad, he was just, their special relationship was so good. And I've already mentioned the relationship and just all the undercurrents in the marriage that he had with Shraddha's character. Wow, there was just a lot of depth, you know, just such a range that he showed in this film. And when you saw the trailer, you just thought, okay, this is about this older cricket player having this comeback, and there was just so much more to it, and I can't get into the end without choking up. So I will just say that this director was new to me. I believe is his second film. Gowtham Tinnanuri he wrote the script and directed it. And let me just say, as someone who doesn't know anything about cricket, I mean, I've seen the MS Dhoni movie and I've seen Lagan, and that's about the sum total of my cricket knowledge. I mean, I have seen snippets of games on television, but it was easy for a non-sports person to appreciate the cricket scenes, the way they were filmed, showing Nani's character's prowess as a batsman. You know, I know it's not called a home run, it's like a sixer. They did a lot of fast montages so that the cricket scenes didn't feel long to someone who wouldn't know exactly the fine nuances of what was going on in the game. I sort of remember in Lagan, even though there was tension, that some of the cricket scenes felt like they were like going on in real time. They just were very lengthy, and that's not what this felt like. There was a lot of, you know, what I thought was going to be sports cliches kind of thing, you know, where you have the jerk on the team that gives Nani's character a hard time, and you know, they come to an understanding. Okay, so there was some of those cliches, but then the way everything ended was not typical of a sports film, and there were so many exciting moments and heartwarming moments, and I just felt like it was overall such a good balance in the film, and it's such a really well-written script. I really admire how this director put this film together, how it was edited together, the use of the flashbacks. I'm very admiring of the film. Okay, now I highly recommend that you see this film. It's very emotional. I'm not going to lie to you. There's some emotional, teary scenes that were, you know, brought me to tears. So, but highly recommend. This is one of the best Telugu films that I've seen in some time, and very well acted. Okay, at this point, I'm going to get into spoilers. The film has been out for a week, but if you haven't seen the film, please do not watch past this point. Just stop now, go watch the film. Okay, so as I mentioned, let's see if I can get through this. My father passed away last week, and so I went to see this film thinking, this is going to be an escape for me. My father's funeral was just yesterday, and I was already getting emotional just at this warm relationship that Nani's character had with the little boy. And then the point that I really lost it, and if you've seen the film, you know what I mean, is that flashback of them taking the family selfie together. And I wasn't able to cry like I am right now in my father's funeral. It's like I had to be strong and sit there with my mother, and you know, everyone's watching you, and it was just, of course, here I am on video, hundreds of people are watching me, but I just started sobbing. There's something about an Indian film, and you're sitting there in the darkness in the theater, and you can just let it go. And this is a film that just moved me so deeply, and I know it's partially what I'm going through, but I think I would have cried anyway, maybe just teared up like I am now, but I really sobbed at the ending, and it just how he wanted to be a hero for his little boy. Now, I think you can walk into the theater and then examine, did he make the right choice? He knew he had this heart ailment, which again, he had a heart arrhythmia, which is what my father went in for surgery for 2 weeks ago. He knew he had this, and yet he made the choice that he thought, that he might die if he literally played his heart out so that his son would see him as a hero. And, you can examine, a lot of people make that choice if they know they have cancer or whatever. Do they live the safe life and live longer, but live a lesser life? Because really, those scenes when he was suspended from his job and he was just at home, he wasn't really, yes, he had that connection with his son, but you could just tell he was so depressed and had no self-esteem. And then when he finally said yes and played that charity match just to get the money for the jersey, which, of course he doesn't get the money, but just having that rush of feeling again of seeing his son respect him, and also, I'm sure, just the joy that he had felt his entire life playing cricket and feeling that again, I can understand just saying, fine, I'm just going to take my chances, and I'm just going to experience this. And you just think back to so many scenes, like when he asked his son, so should I play again? I don't know that I agree with keeping something medical like that from your wife, though. I mean, you do examine that. If I was his wife, I would have been so angry that he kept something like that from me. As I was driving away and I was thinking about that. But there were a lot of things that they didn't tell each other. There were a lot of secrets in that marriage. There was things that she held inside too, which is one of the reasons why I admire this script, that it really seemed to capture a marriage where there was love, but there was complex things going on in their marriage as well. Anyway, I just absolutely sobbed at the end, and it was good. It was a catharsis, but I wished I had a little bit of warning that I was going into a movie like that about a father dying. Oh my gosh, that was hard. So, but I still would highly recommend you see the film. Anyway, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please do follow me on Twitter at PardesiYT, and subscribe here for more film reviews and trailer reactions to Pardesi Reviews.